Now, getting to what was keeping me up all weekend, man. They got a $775 million investment with a market cap of $2 billion. For me, this is a monumental, gigantic catalyst that could result in a multi-day squeeze, potentially to all-time new highs. All right. You know what? I'm going to be biased here. I'm going to stick with my interpretation of how important this catalyst is for the future fundamentals of this company. That this situation is so good that the reason the volume's low is because the amount of purchases that have to come in, the amount of shorts that have to cover, they don't want to do them pre-market. They want the liquidity of 9:30 a.m. That's my thesis, guys. All right. So I'm looking for an explosion in the stock. Here we go, 1024. Look at this resistance right here at 1125. If you break 1125, you kind of get into this next territory up here at 1350. Those are two levels to look at. And then maybe over the span of 2 or 3 days, we can get a squeeze up to $17 or $18.
DA says the obesity drug shortage ended.
Oh yeah, I'll bounce back. It's bullshit. People put too much emphasis on this obesity. You know what? I'm gonna take a small position here in pre-market right now in my trade account. This has been easy money for a while right now. And we have FOMC today. I'm a little bit worried about that. Risk assets have been coming down. Probably regional banks have probably been getting hurt. Let's see that KRE. And this is because of a possible worry that Powell today at the FOMC 2 p.m., they may signal a slowing of the interest rate cuts or a pause of the interest rate cuts. I think we're still going to get 25%. And I'm worried that, this could be an excuse to have at least a short-term sell-off or just a removal of the frothiness. So I'm being a little more risk averse today. I'm not going to trade as much today. Going to have some cash today. I have some UVXY hedge as well. So those are my thoughts.
It's the motherfucking Eagle Double G. Snoop Dogg. You know what happened with the DRE.
So I think all the elements are coming together for a secondary surge in Trump names. You probably seen my thesis on Tesla from the day after the election, falling for all-time new highs, proximal to inauguration. When I say proximal, 2 to 3 weeks before to 2 to 3 weeks after, in that time frame, calling for an all-time new high. Tesla, oh, I love Tesla. Tesla 360 plus, let's go, baby. You saw my thesis, and I have not backed down. I'm like, I don't care what the delivery numbers are. I don't care what Goldman Sachs said. All right, to me, the people focus on the sentiment of Tesla are correct. They're the ones that are going to get this right. They're the ones that are going to be here at 360 and watch this thing get an all-time highs because Tesla will benefit over the next few years from the Trump relationship and the FSD and the robo-taxi. That's investing. Goldman Sachs is wrong. We're right. Tesla done all-time new highs. All right. So Tesla going to be in the top 5 here today. Tesla, let's go ahead and break 362 this week. All right. 385, by the way, the next target on Tesla. 385. Tesla. Unbelievable. Look at this. We've been calling this every step of the way since the election, all over this. We called this breakout early yesterday morning. Actually, the night before, we said Tesla's going to be a top pick tomorrow. We're going to break out. How did we do that, man? We have a knack for this stuff. So at Tesla, we said the two levels, 365, then 385. Those are the two levels we gave you. Said we break 365, then we go to 385. Tesla was a top pick yesterday, and wow, we're like, that 385 can happen quickly. It can even happen this week. Look, 378, almost there. And then we're forecasting consistently, we've been forecasting all-time new highs of above 415, proximal to inauguration day. Who knows, at this rate, it may even come before that. When I say proximal to inauguration date, you're kind of talking about within 2 to 3 weeks, either side of inauguration is when we get the new all-time highs on Tesla. So Tesla going to be a top 5 pick again today with this breakout, 385, your next target. I would not be surprised one of these days, could be today, to see UMAC up like 80%. you know, like something like PDYN did 130%. Wouldn't be surprised. So took a bet on UMAC this morning. I got to tell you, there's a possibility UMAC does something crazy like this over the next couple days. All right. I think there's a high chance, very high chance we'll see 960 again today. Good chance we'll see over 10, and definitely a possibility this thing does $10, $15, $20 over the next few days. So UMAC, all right, got to make that, even now at these prices, up 45%, got to make it the number one pick of the day. I can tell you, as I'm thinking about it, as I'm talking about this out loud with you guys, you know, I think I got to buy some long-term shares here. I think I do. I only have exposure now in my trade account. I'm going to do it right now on the air. All right. UMAC, even though, okay, I'm going to buy it high, get it, but that's okay. All right. We're going to buy some more shares here, but this time it's going into my long-term account. I was in Mara this morning. I sold Mara to buy more UMAC, and that's looking to be the right decision. I don't think you're going to find anything better than UMAC today, even at this price right here. Brett, is that crazy?
Yeah, I know. Look at it. They could have bought into, and they'd already be making money this morning. So.
Oh my God. I'm still underweight. I mean, because it's such a no-brainer. It's such a no-brainer. 45 million. I'm like, $45 million market cap. Well, before the 65% move. And Donald Trump Jr., I'm like, I should be all in. Honestly, let me see if I should buy more somewhere. Now, getting to what was keeping me up all weekend, man. They got a $775 million investment with a market cap of $2 billion. For me, this is a monumental, gigantic catalyst that could result in a multi-day squeeze, potentially to all-time new highs. All right. You know what? I'm going to be biased here. I'm going to stick with my interpretation of how important this catalyst is for the future fundamentals of this company. That this situation is so good that the reason the volume's low is because the amount of purchases that have to come in, the amount of shorts that have to cover, they don't want to do them to market. They want the liquidity of 9:30 a.m. That's my thesis, guys. All right. So I'm looking for an explosion in the stock. Here we go, 1024. Look at this resistance right here at 1125. If you break 1125, you kind of get into this next territory up here at 1350. Those are two levels to look at. And then maybe over the span of 2 or 3 days, we can get a squeeze up to $17 or $18. Guys, listen, I'm getting validation on social media. From the likes of Dan Ives, Jim Cramer, who is not a good indicator, but when you have Dan Ives and Jim Cramer agreeing, basically saying everything I was saying in the morning show, we're talking about $926 billion company. Dan Ives is like, this is a $1.5 billion company. Automation is going to be fast-tracked in terms of federal regulations and stuff. Take a look at this. I'm looking at, let's pull back to the weekly chart. If you go to the daily, you're like, oh, it's so scary. You got a gap here. Oh my God. Right. Okay. Well, you can look, first of all, even on the daily, we're so close to that 299. It's going to test it soon. And then right after that, this is the magnet right there at 314.67. So your target's 300 to 314, 300 to 315, let's call it. But if you don't want to be scared of the gap, pull up a weekly chart, okay? When you put up a weekly chart, just look at this and think about how important this catalyst is. This is an inflection catalyst. This means this is a catalyst when 5 years from now, you look back at the stock and you look at the chart, you can identify a point in time, right? How important is it that Trump is elected and Elon Musk is at his side and basically put him in office, right? How important is that to the company? Obviously, it's hugely important. How big should that candle be? How big should that inflection be when you look back in this chart in time from the future, right? And when you look at the weekly chart, hey, we haven't even gotten started. This 15% move is nothing. It's a blip. You haven't even missed it yet.
So when can we see this like really peak out? Or I don't want to say peak out, but when is this thing going to capitulate to the upside, at least temporarily? Guess when that's going to be? I think it's pretty clear. January 20th. There's going to be a lot of hype building into that. Most of the run's probably going to happen well before that. November, December. Maybe you see this thing have that capitulation high, towards Inauguration Day, right after Inauguration. Everything's going to be baked in by then. So again, look at these weekly candles. How big should these weekly candles be to represent this monumental thing that's really going to impact fundamentals for Tesla? I mean, look, this 299 to 315, that's like very short term. That could be tomorrow, okay? Tomorrow or Friday or Monday, might very well be tomorrow, 300 to 315. If you want to talk about a game-changing inflection for the company, you got to think this thing has got to be maybe somewhere between 380 and the all-time high by Inauguration Day. All right? Or at least 360 to 415 by Inauguration Day. That's my target. This is the opportunity. That's the analysis.
Now, getting to what was keeping me up all weekend, man. They got a $775 million investment with a market cap of $2 billion. For me, this is a monumental, gigantic catalyst that could result in a multi-day squeeze, potentially to all-time new highs. All right. You know what? I'm going to be biased here. I'm going to stick with my interpretation of how important this catalyst is to the future fundamentals of this company. That this situation is so good that the reason the volume's low is because the amount of purchases that have to come in, the amount of shorts that have to cover, they don't want to do it in the pre-market. They want the liquidity of 9:30 a.m. That's my thesis, guys. All right. So I'm looking for an explosion in the stock. Here we go, 1024. Look at this resistance right here at 1125. If you break 1125, you kind of get into this next territory up here at 1350. Those are two levels to look at. And then maybe over the span of 2 or 3 days, we can get a squeeze up to $17 or $18. This has been easy money for a while right now. And we have FOMC today. I'm a little bit worried about that. Risk assets have been coming down. Probably banks, regional banks have probably been getting hurt. Let's see. See that? KRE. And this is because of a possible worry that Powell today at the FOMC 2 p.m., they may signal a slowing of the interest rate cuts or a pause of the interest rate cuts. I think it's we're still going to get 25%. And I'm worried that, this could be an excuse to have at least a short-term sell-off or just a removal of the frothiness. So I'm being a little more risk averse today. I'm not going to trade as much today. Going to have some cash today. I have some UVXY hedge as well. So those are my thoughts.
It's the motherfucking Eagle Double G. Snoop Dogg. You know what happened with the DRE.
I think I heard you tease something of some other developments, some other news that's going to blow our minds. Would you advise us not to speculate that it, could be something of Palantir? That would be too crazy for you, right?
They're a great company.
It's the motherfucking Eagle Double G. Snoop Dogg. You know what happened with the DRE. It's the motherfucking Eagle Double G. Snoop Dogg. You know what happened.
Okay, so you have an additional tailwind in RCAT as a defense stock, plus this event after the close. Yesterday, on that anticipation, we hit 562. I think this is a really good bet. I bought some in pre-market, some trading shares on top of my core shares, because I'm anticipating a move even beyond this 510 ask here right now. All right.
Hitchcock can take it away.
We'll just
leave this up for a few seconds.
I took it all the way
A few
550.
quick notes on the web while
I'm
we have
buying
this,
as much as I can.
slide up.
Pretty
So
close. All the way to
again, we
550.
designed this in less than 5 months, and we delivered.
Look at this technical breakout. Do you see how beautiful this is, right? It's a little bit hard to see.
No, I see it. It's gorgeous right there. Look at that.
Okay, that's your target. 775. Okay, we're at 555, 559 now. So I think all the elements are coming together for a secondary surge in Trump names. You saw, probably seen my thesis on Tesla from the day after the election, falling for all-time new highs, proximal to inauguration. When I say proximal, 2 to 3 weeks before to 2 to 3 weeks after, in that time frame, calling for an all-time new high. Tesla, oh, I love Tesla. Tesla 360 plus, let's go, baby. You saw my thesis, and I have not backed down. I'm like, I don't care what the delivery numbers are. I don't care what Goldman Sachs said. All right, to me, the people focus on the sentiment of Tesla are correct. They're the ones that are going to get this right. They're the ones that are going to be here at 360 and watch this thing get an all-time highs, because Tesla will benefit over the next few years from the Trump relationship and the FSD and the robo-taxi. That's investing. Goldman Sachs is wrong. We're right. Tesla done all-time new highs. All right. So Tesla going to be in the top 5 here today. Tesla, let's go ahead and break 362 this week. All right. 385, by the way, the next target on Tesla. 385. Tesla. Unbelievable. Look at this. We've been calling this every step of the way since the election, all over this. We called this breakout early yesterday morning. Actually, the night before, we said Tesla's going to be a top pick tomorrow. We're going to break out. How did we do that, man? We have a knack for this stuff. So at Tesla, we said the 2 levels, 365, then 385. Those are the 2 levels we gave you. Said we break 365, then we go to 385. Tesla was a top pick yesterday, and wow, we're like, that 385 can happen quickly. It can even happen this week. Look, 378, almost there. And then we're forecasting consistently. We've been forecasting all-time new highs of above 415, proximal to inauguration day. Who knows, at this rate, it may even come before that. When I say proximal to inauguration date, kind of talking about within 2 to 3 weeks, either side of inauguration is when we get the new all-time highs on Tesla. So Tesla going to be a top 5 pick again today with this breakout, 385, your next target. Now, getting to what was keeping me up all weekend, man. They got a $775 million investment with a market cap of $2 billion. For me, this is a monumental, gigantic catalyst that could result in a multi-day squeeze, potentially to all-time new highs. All right. You know what? I'm going to be biased here. I'm going to stick with my interpretation of how important this catalyst is to the future fundamentals of this company. That this situation is so good that the reason the volume's low is because the amount of purchases that have to come in, the amount of shorts that have to cover, they don't want to do them pre-market. They want the liquidity of 9:30 a.m. That's my thesis, guys. All right. So I'm looking for an explosion in the stock. Here we go. 1024. Look at this resistance right here at 1125. If you break 1125, you kind of get into this next territory up here at 1350. Those are 2 levels to look at. And then maybe over the span of 2 or 3 days, we can get a squeeze up to $17 or $18. This has been easy money for a while right now. And we have FOMC today. I'm a little bit worried about that. Risk assets have been coming down. Probably banks, regional banks have probably been getting hurt. Let's see. See that? KRE. And this is because of a possible worry that Powell today at the FOMC 2 p.m., they may signal a slowing of the interest rate cuts or a pause of the interest rate cuts. I think it's we're still going to get 25%. And I'm worried that, this could be an excuse to have at least a short-term sell-off or just a removal of the frothiness. So I'm being a little more risk averse today. I'm not going to trade as much today. Going to have some cash today. I have some UVXY hedge as well. So those are my thoughts.
It's the motherfucking Eagle Double G. Snoop Dogg. Da-da-da-da-da. You know I'm mobbing with the D.R.E.
Good morning, everyone. It is Thursday. Brett, is it Thursday? December
Yep,
20th.
today's Thursday, man. All day, every day today.
I hope everyone had a nice holiday. It's going to be quiet. Still holiday season between now and New Year's. So, there's no catalyst really. Well, there's one. I saw one catalyst this morning we'll talk about. But there's no earnings. There's little activity with companies putting out press releases. So, the macro is the same as we've been talking about, is a little Santa rally that we're expecting here between now and New Year's. January effect has started, okay? January effect, well, today, hopefully, has started. So those January effect stocks that we picked, we're looking for positive performance starting today till the end of the year. Also, another factor at play is that we saw that we always see, I often see, Thanksgiving Eve and Black Friday. Those are very low volume days. A lot of people on vacation, a lot of hedge funds are on vacation. And what I see often on those days, like now, between Christmas and New Year's, is a lot of short squeezes in microcap names, low float names. And I think the reason for that is that those entities that like to short those kind of names, they're just simply on vacation. So retail takes over. So I think we're already seeing some signs of that in pre-market. There's some crazy moves going on. So there's two kind of plays in my mind that I'm interested in. One is the January effect plays, and the second is I'll be a little more aggressive than usual on, let's call them shitcos, highly shorted names. Not all shitcos, like GameStop also. GameStop. In fact, let's go start looking at our list here. You can see GameStop. It's interesting because I was looking at charts yesterday before the overnight markets open, and I put this chart out in the room. Like GameStop looks really good, looks ready for the next leg up, and then 30 minutes later, the overnight markets opened and it gapped up over 4%. Now, it wasn't just because of the chart. Apparently, Roaring Kitty put out a tweet with a gift box or something. That's what triggered it. But the chart was already setting up for a big move. So to me, that's a sign when you see things like GME and, look at PDYN up 40% here. There's a lot of things just kicking off like crazy. Let's see. There's another one here, a shitco. Where's the shitco? What was that shitco this morning? Here, let's go to our supped up list. Not that they're all shitcos, but SOBR. Look at SOBR popped off like that. You're going to see a lot of stuff like this in the next 5 or 6 days because retail trying to take advantage of the absence of the hedge funds. And I think Roaring Kitty's not stupid. I think that has something to do with why he timed that little gift. It may not be about GameStop, whatever it is that he's pushing. He knows this is the time for retail to have the upper hand. And you're going to see a lot of things like that. You're going to see a lot of pumping out there. Because you're the one not pumping. Other people are pumping. Go for it, right? All right. So in any case, last night in the overnight market, first of all, I saw strength in PDYN. This sucks because I was trying to catch the bottom of PDYN at the 20 DMA. You saw the big move, right? This went up with RCAT after that relationship with RedCat, and it pulled back. I was patient. Got in at the 20 DMA. I held it for a day or two. After that, I'm like, let me give it a little more. I'm not going to have a strict stop loss or something. I gave up on it. Then 3 days later, boom, it bounced off the 50 DMA, not the 20 DMA. I did notice the strength and the bounce off the 50 DMA right before the holiday. So I added some. You can see it's up 41%, but I sold it. I bought at 5 and sold at 6.15. You can see now it's 7. But overnight, starting at 8 p.m. last night in the overnight markets, I noticed strength in GameStop Paladin, and Richardson Robotics. All three of these had some relative strength in the overnight markets. So I was already scheming since last night to play these three stocks for today, and they continued having relative strength here right through all the different sessions, the overnight session, the 4 a.m. session, and now the 7 a.m. pre-market session. So I do have a position in GameStop. Let's start there and look at the technicals. 32.12 is a resistance level. Then you got to move to the weekly. On the weekly chart, right here, I think I gave these levels to the Discord last night. So I think that's 33.70 would be the next level, 33.70. And then actually you got to dig deeper into the daily if you want to look for other levels. So 33.70, I think I gave something like 33.70, then it's like 35, kind of like this 35 to 38 range. I would say like 33 to 38 is a very wide range of possibility here for GameStop. And I'm playing it. I'm in because of that market environment we're in. This is really good for short squeezes and gamma squeezes. As again, those hedge funds that like to short, they're on vacation. Okay. So I'm in that in GameStop. All right. Paladin, I told you I sold early, but I'll be maybe looking for pullbacks to play in Paladin. Let's see over here. Wow. Oh, jeez. I can't chase it right now. It's 7. But this will be on my watch list. We'll see. Man, you never know what's going to happen with this one. It's been a crazy market, but it's on my watch list at this point. We'll see if there's pullback opportunities. Sold a little bit prematurely this morning, and I wish I had a larger position, but it is what it is. Then we have Richardson Robotics, which I haven't done deep research on this, but it seems like a legitimate company. Seems like they do have some robotic products, and there's a thesis out there floating around that I think Starbucks laid off people or something like that, and they have a robot that can serve drinks. A lot of things going on here that are interesting. They just had earnings last week. So Richardson Robotics in play for today. Maybe we can challenge the proximal high of 231. After 231, you'll have 260, 259. Let's call it 230 to 260 potential target levels in Richardson Robotics today. RR. All right. I took a swing in this. So I took a swing at this here. Let's see what happens. All right, this could be very interesting. GPUS. Look how I found this stock on my on my watch list under Bitcoin this morning. Let's see if it shows here. There we go. I saw this hyperscale. Okay, it said hyperscale data to spin out non-data center and non-Bitcoin mining assets. I'm like, all right, well that's interesting, but there was no ticker. It was just Bitcoin. They didn't tag, and I looked up. I said it's hyperscale public. I found out. And then there was another a press release right after that, as part of the same press release. But hyperscale data closes 50 million of aggregate 75 million preferred equity investment. So I'm like, all right, maybe they forgot to tag the ticker. What's going on? Well, the ticker is GPUS, and it says 1.11 million shares outstanding with a 5.88 million market cap. I'm sure this is not accurate. All right, there is all those preferred shares. The fully diluted is probably much higher. I think there's some other things with the cap structure with like voting shares versus non-voting shares that people are pissed off about, something like that. There's something going on here, but to me, it's worth a play because the market environment we're in right now between Christmas and New Year's, because of the less shorting we're going to see from institutions and hedge funds. When you see a spin out of the non-Bitcoin related assets and that big investment coming in, and apparently a 1.11 million share outstanding position, I'm like, yeah, this could be one of those stocks that goes up 100, 200, 300% maybe. All right. So very illiquid, right? So if people catch wind of this and volume comes in, it could have a crazy move like that, 100, 200, 300% move. So I decided to take a position this morning, which I'm down on right now on GPUS. I think I got in at $5.75. The spread was much tighter earlier. It got wide again. So it's 533 by 585. I have no problem endorsing. I'm in it. We'll see what happens. All right. Moving on. Paladin. First of all, let's switch to our Jones stocks for a little bit, because why is even Paladin up? I'm not sure if there's specific news out there, but the whole Jones sector is up, and it might have a little bit something to do. Look, RCATs are leaders. So we've got RCAT right at the top. All right. PDYN and UMAC. And where's our MOB? Where's MOB? What? Do you see MOB? Oh my gosh. I don't even see. Did I? Oh, there it is. There it is. Okay. MOB. Okay. Let's see. MOB and OPTT. All right. Why are all these stocks up? Could it be maybe because Wall Street Bets tweeted something out? Hashtag drones, all capital letters. And then it was like, that's the tweet. That's it. Hashtag drones. That's the tweet. So is Wall Street Bets circling around some drone stock? First of all, they usually do larger caps. They don't do tiny micro caps. I think they have like a $1 billion minimum. Well, look at this. RCAT, 953 million. Maybe they're circling around RCAT. I'm not sure. And maybe this has something to do with the strength in the entire sector. So we'll have our eyes on drone stocks this morning. So we got GameStop and Paladine, Richardson Robotics, GPUS for a little lotto. Oh, and that drone stock. Well, that's why I brought it up. MOB. All right. Wow. 396. We just had 1,000 shares at 396. So yesterday or the day before the holiday, another new intraday high, another new closing high. Oh, well, excluding this all excludes the first day of the IPO. All right. The very first day of the IPO actually was a closing high on the IPO day. It was 330. So actually a new all-time closing high yesterday. All right. New all-time closing high, new intraday 52-week high. This thing is getting noticed. I still think it is the most undervalued drone stock, and it is my largest position still in my trade account, MOB. So let's see if we can find follow through on MOB today. And I'm getting closer and closer to nailing securing an interview with the CEO. All right, we'll see. It could be the first or second week of January, but we are in touch through an intermediary. We're going to try to make that happen. All right. GameStop's going to be interesting today. Look at this pre-market strength here. All right. So what else do we got going on? RUM still on our radar. I'm all out at this point. I had a 17 to 18 price target. We made good money on it, but I didn't want to give it up. So all out, monitoring that. We'll see. Maybe there's a way, an opportunity to get in for a third run. All right. We had first one, second run. Let's see if there's room for a third one. No, this was a second run. This is all part of the same day, right? That was a pre-market. No, this is Friday. Yeah, Friday after the close, Monday morning, and then Tuesday. Yeah. So let's see if we have room for another run. And Rumble currently not in it. Okay. All right. Aside from that, wow, INVZ could have been a huge winner for me. I still have this. I'm swinging this. But in my trade account, I kind of misexecuted yesterday. I got shaken out right there like a dumbass at the lows, but I still made money because I was in from pre-market, but I could have made a lot more money. And look at this, it's really moving up. So INVZ going to be on my radar for opportunities again. After that, really good news that came out recently with that money they're getting from their clients, engineering, non-recurring money to help them get to production in a couple years. Looks pretty significant. I like the upgrades. I like a lot of things about this company. So I am swinging a position in INVZ. Look at this 200 bullish cross. So INVZ looks pretty interesting. We'll throw that near the top of our list. All right. Now, with that, we are going to, I want to talk about January effect stocks. There we go. INVZ might pop again today. Do you have any target levels on ABAT? ABAT, I know that thing has gone up a lot already, so I think I'm not going to touch it anymore. It's not pulling up. Okay. Yeah, I mean, up 8% this morning. Let's look at the weekly. What a beautiful breakout above that 50-week moving average. Let's look at the candles. Yeah, if you want me to give you a target, if you're still playing it, I'm not, but it will be right in here. You see this big area of support right there around 370? Right around 370. I think that would be, yeah, that's the next major resistance. We're at 280 now. So 370 is possible. Okay, let me throw that. We'll monitor that a little bit closer. Thank you for Progressive for bringing that up. So throw it in here. ABAT possible. Now, sounds crazy, but according to the chart, that's possible. Okay. So the other thing I want to talk about, January effect stocks, but I can't share those publicly. All right. We did a lot of work on those. We have a recording, a Zoom recording inside our Discord. We have a channel dedicated to the January effect stocks. These are stocks we believe can dramatically outperform the market starting today through the end of January. So we are going to shut off the X stream, and then only our Discord members can continue watching as we go over the January effect stocks. Sound good? Brett, can't hear you.
Oh, was muted right there, Ben. Sounds good to me.
All right. Just, real quick, fast. What do you like out of the top picks I had here? What's your favorite one?
As a sleeper play, I like the GPUS. I think that especially with just where we're at right now with the hedge funds being out of office and stuff, that thing may go up a little bit today. May see a nice little pop.
It's
But
a lot. We'll see.
Exactly. But as for like your big ones, I would either say GME or PDYN.
Yeah, I think I'm going to leave GME number 1. All right. So those are the picks. We're going to say goodbye. Oh, Discord. You got a coupon. Tell them about the coupon code, right?
Yeah, so right now they can use Thrive 2025 for 50% off recurring at storytrading.com/Discord. So any of the plans you see on our website right there, you can go there, check it out, and then apply that promo code and you get 50% off. And that code expires December, right before the new year at midnight.
Okay. So we're going to sign off on X. And if you're a Discord member, hang on using that unlisted YouTube link that we shared in the Discord community. Okay. All right. Let's take a look at these January FX stocks. And
I'm going to make sure that we're not live on YouTube.
Yeah. Oh, we are on the unlisted YouTube, but not X. Yeah. Shouldn't be on X. Anyway, this is the day, historically, based on my own personal experience, it doesn't always work to the day, where the targeted January FX stocks will start going up, right? They actually will bottom out the day before Christmas and they'll start going up today. What was the top one we had was AIR, AEHR. All right, AEHR had a good day the day before Christmas, so that's looking good. I added more. I have a nice position in AIR. Transmedics I finally added. I think this is a easy layup to the 20 DMA at least, so that's currently $69. Celsius didn't officially make our cut. I forgot the reason why. I think Transmedics had some catalyst, but Celsius didn't, so it just didn't rank. But I think these are like the same investor bases that are in Transmedics and Celsius. So if you see Transmedics going up, these are like growth investors. You're going to see Celsius following. So I wanted a piece of the action on Celsius also. So looking for a move again to the 20 DMA, low-hanging fruit on Celsius. SMSI basically hit our target. Well, not quite, but I'm out of it now. We got a nice move very fast on SMSI, so I'll chalk that one up as a win already. AMD has had a couple good days already, and I'm holding tight on to AMD. These two are not officially January effect picks, but like after the fact, people told me about them, and maybe they are. Maybe they'll do well. You can check them out. USIO and AMTM. I forgot who gave these ones to me. And then we have Beyond, which I really, really like as like a high return, high risk kind of play, right? This thing is just down in the gutter, down in the dungeon. No one believes in it anymore. The fundamentals suck, right? At least the trailing fundamentals. But there's a lot of hope that we're going to get some good update from Marcus Lemonis here in early January. Has been hinting at stuff, and that could really turn things around. So I have a position in call options on Beyond BYON. VKTX, I could get a little more aggressive on this. Don't have a huge position, but that's a January effect play. So someone look into Siri, January effect play from The Godfather. Looking really good. Low-hanging fruit, 20 DMA, another $2 from here. So that one's looking really good. I'm going to pull it up on the top of the list. That's a nice-looking chart compared to some of the other ones. ASTS, I did not put a trade position on ASTS yet. So I don't know. I don't think it's a strong January effect play, but we went through the list and it made our list. So I don't have a position in that yet. Mobileye, I did add a trade position on Mobileye with some call options for end of January or so. This chart's looking fabulous. And Drio, I did not pick up Drio as of yet. So those are the January effect plays. And we'll see, guys. Let's keep it slow. I don't think I'm going to go. I'm going to kind of have a light work schedule here, take it a little easy, try to enjoy my life a little bit more between Thanksgiving and New Year. So I'm not going to do a live stream on the Discord, but we'll chat right in the chat room if I see anything. If you guys see anything, we'll be in communication there. Rhett, any last words?
No, sounds good. Really liking the setups happening today, Ben, and looking forward to getting after it.
All right. We'll see you guys. Thanks.
Have a good one.